Geez, nice outfit. I didn't realize that we elected Yuppie for our president. Did you dress down a little bit?
What, did you just come off the rugby pitch? Are you a ball boy? What's going on here?
We're
in front of millions of people.
I thought we were here to try to show the true culture of the Hibernians. But I guess diversity is a good thing, but we should probably get this thing started. Are we all ready to get started?
A little style and a little sophistication of the Hibernians.
Well, let's do a toast. We'll get this started.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Plancha. You do realize that was $100 whiskey, right?
And it tasted good going down.
Unbelievable. Are we good? Are we live, guys? Oh, geez. Excuse me. Didn't know we were live.
No, one last question.
All right, a little minor technical difficulty there, but we are so excited to have you, all of the virtual viewers here this evening. Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Taste of Ireland. I am Chris Kellenberger, President of the Reverend William J. Kelly S.J. Division of the Ancient Order Hibernians. We are so excited and so blessed to be here tonight, and we thank you, all those at home, for taking part, and we hope you enjoy the evening. You will note that you do have some tasting kits with you. There's going to be some great content this evening. One quick note, please don't get out that draft can of Guinness yet. We've got a Guinness ambassador coming up. He's going to help us through that. And then I'm going to introduce Shannon Burns, and he's going to say a few words.
Thank you. As Chris said, my name is Shannon Burns. I'm the Vice President of the Ancient Order of Hibernians here in Milwaukee. And it is absolutely my pleasure to be with you live from the Irish Cultural Heritage Center, ICHC to the cool kids. This is the true meeting place for the entire Irish community here in Milwaukee. And we are lucky to have them as a partner, and we can't thank them enough for letting us have this event here. It's a beautiful building, over 130 years old, and it's just a fantastic setting for us here tonight. So if you haven't been to this building, you need to check it out. But we can't thank everyone at home enough for supporting us. We'd rather see you live at the historic Turner Hall, where we usually are for the Taste of Ireland, but we've been blown away by the support that you've given us this year, and the virtual event is going to be a huge success thanks to you. And today the schools really need it more than ever.
Thank you, Shannon. And with that, to get the evening kicked off in the right way, we have a beautiful blessing message from our very own, Milwaukee's very own Archbishop Jerome Listecki. And with that, please enjoy the video.
Good evening and welcome to the Ancient Order of Hibernian Virtual Taste of Ireland. As the Archbishop of Milwaukee, I welcome this opportunity to thank you for your support of Catholic education and your continued support for organizations that serve those in need here in Milwaukee, especially during these difficult times. Our community has been challenged by the issues raised by the COVID crisis and issues of social inequity in our community. The healing of these wounds will take us down a difficult road, but a road that will be better traveled by persons who have received a sound Christian education. We are all familiar with the saying that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. The direction and guidance of that first step establishes a way of thinking and acting that will influence young men and women for the rest of their lives. If we want to transform our city, we must first form our children with Christian values and the skills needed to express those values. What better instrument can be made than to generously support those educational institutions that form our city's children? The Ancient Order of Hibernians has identified 3 schools that provide Catholic values in combination with academic excellence, and they need financial assistance. Nativity Jesuit Academy, Notre Dame School of Milwaukee, and Mesmer St. Rose continue the tradition established by the Archdiocese of Milwaukee at its founding. These and other schools serve the needs of immigrant families and the economically disadvantaged. Since the beginning of this archdiocese in 1843, there has been a beneficial cooperation between religious leaders and laity in the service of the church and the community. Both these groups identified education as one of the surest means for creating a community marked by physical prosperity and spiritual health. This path begins with education, and for over a century and a half, many leaders of this city have benefited from Catholic education. My thanks to the Ancient Order of Hibernians and to all of you who continue the tradition in this archdiocese by helping our young men and women and directing their first steps towards the acquisition of learning and virtue through our Catholic schools. Thank you, and God bless you for your generosity.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that message from Milwaukee's very own Archbishop Jerome Listecki. We'd like to take a couple of minutes and pay respect to some of our recently fallen Hibernian brothers and a beloved supporter of the AOH. On your screen, for those viewers at home, you should see the names of those individuals. And I'm going to be inviting up a great friend and amazing local piper, Mike McConnell. He's going to play a few songs for us. His services are available for hire, and he was also kind enough to donate his services to us as a silent auction item. So please go on to the silent auction site, take a look. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to piper Mike O'Connell. Hello again to all of our home viewers. We hope that you all gave Mike O'Connell a big round of applause from home. I know that we all did here, and you know, if nothing else, the bagpipes always brings that tear to your eye. So thank you very much, Mike O'Connell, for sharing that with us. I'm sure all of you at home are chomping at the bit, or if you haven't already dug into those tasting kits. As you know, we are the Taste of Ireland, and although we couldn't be together at Turner Hall this evening, we wanted to put together a tasting kit for everyone to enjoy throughout the evening's festivities. So please get that out at this point. I'm going to kind of walk you through a few quick things. Again, don't get into that pint of Guinness yet. Sit tight. Please sit tight. In a few moments, we're going to be hearing from a Brewery Guinness ambassador. As we move into that, I want to say a couple of quick thank yous because we had some great local groups that helped us in supporting and developing those tasting kits. A huge thank you to Diageo Beer Company. They were kind enough to donate all that Guinness that you're enjoying from home. And to help coordinate the Guinness Ambassador for us. I'd like to thank all the friends at County Clare who helped develop stuff for us, our friends at the Milwaukee Steakhouse and Brewski Sports Bar, our friends at Tralee Irish Imports, and then even our very own Hibernian brother, John McAdams at Colonial Printing. So please enjoy those tasting kits throughout the evening. We're now going to step into a video from Jimmy Callahan, who is a senior domestic brewery ambassador for Guinness, and he's going to walk us through a few great things that Guinness is doing these days in support of the communities, as well as walk us through some interesting facts, and then he's going to show you how to pour that perfect pint. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to the video from Jimmy Callahan. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, my name is Jimmy Callahan. I am a Guinness Brewery Ambassador in the United States. Yes, it's a real job, and I get to go around the Midwest and the Great Lakes area and teach people about Guinness, which is pretty cool. And no, you can't have my job. I've got kids to feed. So we're very happy to be a part of the festivities tonight. Hope you have a great time. You know, everyone's just trying to make the best out of a very weird situation. So hope you have fun here tonight. I'm going to be teaching you how to pour the perfect pint of Guinness from your Guinness Draft in the Can in a moment. But first, I just want to give you a few updates about stuff that we have going on behalf of Guinness. And before I get to that, just want to say I hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy, and you know, our best to you and your family. So the first thing is we have, you know, this is a very weird time where people, you know, find themselves struggling out of work, especially in people who we deal with, our partners in the service industry, bars and restaurants, where people are struggling. So we're trying to do our part to give back. We have this program called Guinness Gives Back right now. So out in market right now, we have our limited edition 8-packs where in some markets it'll have a specific city named. So like this one has Chicago on it, and it's, see there, Guinness Gives Back. But I believe in Wisconsin, most of the packs you're going to see will have the entire map of the United States up there in the pint. But if you see this where it says Guinness Gives Back, you purchase one of these 8-packs, which you're going to be buying the beer anyway. You know, just all you have to do is buy it. And then on your behalf, we're going to send $1 for every 8-pack sold, up to $750,000 to local and national charitable organizations. So we're trying to do our part to help, you know, keep people afloat. And again, give back. So not only that, but you actually have the opportunity to help with the charitable cause tonight as you're just drinking your beer. It couldn't be easier. So we're going to be opening up this beer in a moment here. If you actually just take a picture of that beer, of that pint, and send it on social media to the hashtag Guinness Gives Back, all one word, or Guinness US, Guinness Gives Back or Guinness US. Every time one of you here tonight puts that on social media, we're going to give $1 to Direct Relief tonight. So you have the opportunity while you're sitting there listening to me, listening to some music at your kitchen table or on your couch, enjoying yourselves. You can actually give back to a great cause. So please, if everyone could do that tonight, that would be great. We're going to donate $1 for every one of those hashtags here tonight. So Guinness Gives Back, Guinness US. We also have a really cool program called Pint It Forward. So obviously it's harder to get together with friends and family right now, and it'd be great to buy your friend a beer. Well, what you can do is actually take your receipt purchasing that beer. If you text Pint It Forward, all one word, to 73876, 73876, you can actually you can either get the $7 rebate, or you can, if you follow the instructions, you can send that money to a friend or family member and cheer them up with a pint. Who couldn't use a pint right now, right? So if you missed any of those instructions, they're available online. So the Pint It Forward program gives back. So check those out. Really appreciate it. And then lastly, we do have our Guinness Brewery, Guinness Open Gate Brewery and Barrel House in Baltimore. If you haven't heard of this, we've been open for about 3 years now, and we are making, it's the home of Guinness Blonde, but we also have some experimental beers, and a couple of those are coming out in November. So look for those. They're a limited time offer. They'll be in your larger retailers. And we have our Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels, which is going to be delicious. And we also have a gingerbread spiced stout, which will be great for the holidays. So those are coming out in November. Take a look and keep an eye out for those. There are going to be some delicious beers, other offerings from Guinness. So, okay, those are the updates. Now let's get to the beer. How about that? You guys should have a Guinness Draft in a can. So this is the same beer that you get from the pub, from the tap, that classic Surge and Settle. Hey, a lot of people are drinking. You know, if you choose to drink, 21 and older, please, at home. You can still get that beautiful Surge and Settle, that beautiful taste that you long for at the pub, at home. And we thought about this way back in 1988 with the invention of the widget. So this is basically like a ping pong sized ball with a hole in it. And what happens is, during the canning process, we drop a hollow widget into the can, and it goes across the line. Beer is poured in there. Now that beer is injected with nitrogen and CO2, and so it's full of gas, but it's in suspension. It doesn't want to come out of the beer. It goes across the line again. We squirt a little bit of liquid nitrogen in there, and then we seal it, and then that liquid nitrogen is going to evaporate, expand into a gas, causes an incredible amount of pressure inside this can, and it forces a mixture of beer and gas into this little thing called the widget. It's crazy. So when you have this can, it's basically like a beer grenade. It's under a lot of pressure, and when we pop open that tab, it's going to release the pressure in here. This widget is going to release the gas and the beer out of the hole that's in there, and it basically tornadoes all around inside of the can, and that friction from that tornado causes gas to escape, and you get that classic Surge and Settle. So if you've ever wondered how this works, that's how it works. Now, in order for it to work properly, to get the really perfect pint of Guinness that you want to pour, we want to get that reaction to happen real fast. And so you don't want to gingerly open and release the gas as you're cracking open that tab. That's not going to have the same effect as that violent reaction when the can returns to atmospheric pressure. So you want to pop it open real quick, have a glass ready, preferably a Guinness glass, a tulip pint here, and you're going to gently pour it down. We don't want to pour hard or anything like that. The gas is already there. We just want to give it a nice little cushion to fall into. You want to keep the glass about a 45-degree angle, just gently pour it down. And so when you pop it open, you should hear a nice hiss. You hear that hiss? That's the widget doing its thing. Just gently down the side of the glass, pour that beautiful elixir. We lovingly call it a pint of the black, but it's actually a dark ruby red, if you want to amaze your friends with that little factoid. A lot of people also think that Guinness is thick and heavy. It's only 125 calories per 12 ounces. It's one of the lightest beers you could drink. That's why it floats on top if you do a half and half or a black and tan with most beers. And it's only 4.2% in alcohol. So this is one of the lighter beers you can drink, if you believe it or not, but we roast our barley to get to perfection, to get that beautiful dark color and Surge and Settle. And once you're done, you're gonna have that beautiful head of Guinness, which is composed of 75% nitrogen bubbles, which are smaller and tighter than CO2 bubbles. They don't burst in your tongue when you drink them. That's what gives you that illusion of creaminess and velvetyness. And it's a beautiful sight to behold. Keep in mind, this is a 20-ounce glass, and these are about 16-ounce cans, so you will have like a little bit of a gap there, unless you pour it into a 16-ounce glass. We are about settled here, as I was talking there. Last little fun fact, there are over 30 million nitrogen bubbles in the head of Guinness after it's poured. I don't know who counted, but I'm going to take their word for it. Thanks for being here tonight, and we really appreciate it. Remember those hashtags, Guinness Gives Back, Guinness US. Help people in need here tonight. I'll leave you with my grandfather's toast. Here's to stealing, cheating, fighting, and drinking. If you steal, may you steal the heart of another. If you cheat, may you cheat death. If you fight, may you fight for your brother. And if you drink, may you drink with me. Sláinte, have a great night, everybody.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you thoroughly enjoyed those words from Guinness Brewery Ambassador Jimmy Callahan, and honestly, you probably know a lot more about Guinness now than you're ever going to need to know, and you'll think about the next time that you have that pint and enjoy it. So coming up next, we're going to get into the 3 schools that we support. As we noted, and as the Archbishop noted in his initial message, really why we're here tonight and why we're asking for support and why we're so thankful for all of you at home that are supporting us is to support these schools in times of need. The first one that we're going to highlight this evening is Nativity Jesuit Academy. And a quick note for you before we move into their video. They are the #1 ranked K-8 school in southeastern Wisconsin and the #3 ranked school in the state. With that, please take a few minutes and learn something new about Nativity Jesuit Academy. Enjoy.
I'm Cesar Belmontes. I graduated from Nativity back in 2003, and right now I work for AmeliaCoors. Nativity gave me a really good foundation. Everything that I learned gave me that opportunity to succeed and get to where I am today.
Lo que más me encargó, Cady, fue que te retratara como andaba.
Cesar was born in Mexico and came to the United States when he was less than 3 years old. And he talks about the first day of kindergarten is when he learned English. I think Cesar's education here set him on a path to make a positive change across generations.
Coming back to Nativity really makes me feel proud of being an alum. When I see all the children, they may not recognize it or see it today, but the foundation that Nativity is setting for them is going to place them in a spot where they're going to be able to help so many people. They're really going to be the leaders of the future.
It's so special to see alums coming back and to know that they value their time at Nativity, the formation that it had in their own lives, to see them recognize that all that we did was for them. To see them understand that and want to give back is just the greatest gift and the greatest thanks.
So let's welcome Cesar. Thanks for coming in.
Like servant leadership was something that really was stressed, I think, when I was here as a student, and something I've just kind of carried with me. One of my fondest memories for Nativity was Camp Thunderhead in Mercer. It was the joy that it really sparked. The experience, the skits, it was just a blast and very, very fond memories. The biggest thing that I really learned out of it was being placed in an uncomfortable situation at first, but seeing how quickly you could overcome that. And what that really allowed me to do was to gain self-confidence.
There's no place like Nativity, and the path that it sets them down, the trajectory, opens up doors, not only for them, but for their families and for society as a whole.
Being in a position now where I'm managing others and leading teams, you really have to care about the welfare of everybody that you're impacting. It's servant leadership, being true men for others.
I think Cesar is an example, a model example of what it means to be a Nativity graduate. He himself graduated from Nativity. He went on to St. Lawrence and then, of course, to Marquette. And now he's looking at MBA programs. And he's one of many. Without that investment, the education here would not be possible for them. They would not be able to afford a nativity education. And so to be here by the grace and generosity of other people makes the world so much more open and accessible to them.
What's your name? Cesar. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Really amazing to me what the benefactors, faculty, and everybody have been able to do to put so many of my classmates and other people I've interacted with on the pipeline to success. Without the generosity of the benefactors, I don't know where I would be today.
An investment in our scholars is an investment in the future for Milwaukee and for Wisconsin.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you all learned a little something new about Nativity Jesuit Academy. Now we're going to kick this up a little bit. We're going to have some more fun. I'm going to introduce Ian Gould, a great friend of the AOH, local musician from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Ian's been here in the States since the early 2000s and just, sharing his music with the people, sharing his Irish wit. We're so grateful and excited to have him here with us this evening. You can check out his website, which I believe is listed in front of you for all those at home. And with that,
I wish your love was a red rose growing on young garden wall, and me to be a dewdrop upon your bright ball. Perhaps you may think of me as a rather happy do. No more you take a notion to the bold O'Donoghue. I'm the boy to squeeze her, I'm the boy to tease her, I'm the boy to please her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Court her like an Irishman, my program and blarney, till my plan, Allingham, Ralligan, Swalligan, Mulligan, bold O'Donoghue. I'm the boy to squeeze her, I'm the boy to tease her, I'm the boy to please her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Court her like an Irishman, my program and blarney, till my plan, Allingham, Ralligan, Swalligan, Mulligan, bold O'Donoghue. The Queen Victoria has a daughter fine and grand. Perhaps you take it in their head to marry an Irishman. If I could only get a chance to have a word or two, I know she'd take a notion to the bold O'Donoghue. I'm the boy to squeeze her, I'm the boy to tease her, I'm the boy to please her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Court her like an Irishman, my program and blarney, to my plan, Allingham, Ralligan, Swalligan, Mulligan, bold O'Donoghue. I'm the boy to squeeze her, I'm the boy to tease her, I'm the boy to please her, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Court her like an Irishman, my program and blarney, to my plan, Allingham, Ralligan, Swalligan, Mulligan, Allingham, Ralligan, Swalligan, Mulligan, Allingham, Ralligan, Swalligan, Mulligan, bold O'Donoghue.
All right, thank you, Ian. That was absolutely fantastic. It was great to hear some live music. Want to thank everybody at home again for donating your time and treasures to us and supporting us. You are supporting 3 fantastic schools. Nativity Jesuit, Notre Dame, and Mesmer St. Rose are schools we've really gotten behind supporting for a long time as Hibernians because they do such great things. And you'll hear about that throughout the night as you heard about Nativity Jesuit already. But I also want to highlight one of the ways to help us even more than you already have is to help bid up the silent auctions that we have out there. And if you look in the description box out on the site that you see, you should see a link to the silent auction. So please bid high. I am trying to win that whiskey for a year. I know there's 2 of them out there. I think I have a good chance, but you're going to have to outbid me if you want that. Next, I would like to bring up our second vice president, and I mentioned before, I am the vice president, and behind every successful vice president is a second vice president that actually does all the work. And our second vice president not only does a ton of work and did an incredible amount of work to make this event successful, he's also quite the toaster, as I'm told. So Max Loker, our second vice president, will bring out a toast for our Tully. I have a little bottle here so you know which one it is.
Hi, my name is Max Loker. I'm the second vice president of Milwaukee Division of the Ancient Order of Hibernians. I'm also an investor, barfly, at House of Guinness on Main Street in beautiful Waukesha, Wisconsin. If you like to look inside your toasting bag, you'll see 1 bottle, a miniature bottle of Tullamore Dew. If you see 2 bottles in there, or if you're seeing 2 of me right now, don't participate in the toast. Let's raise one up. May you have a world of wishes at your command. God and his angels close at hand. Friends and family of their love and part, and Irish blessings in your heart. Plancha. Thank you.
Once again, smooth.
Very smooth.
All right. So up next, let's get some entertainment going here. We have the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company, which is the premier Irish dance studio here in Milwaukee. They offer online and in-person professional shows and classes, and the classes are continuing education for professional dancers and also offer a chance to do competitive and show dancing. So if you are interested in continuing Irish dance into adulthood, this is the place you want to work with. We've had them at our Hibernian events in the past, and they are amazing, and we are so happy that they were joining us here tonight. So with that, I introduce the Irish Milwaukee Dance Company.
In the merry month of June, from the home I started, early June, saddle broken heart, settled to be off to reap the corn, left where I was born, cut a stout blackthorn to banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of brogues, frightened all the dogs, rattled all the bogs, on the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the mare turned her on the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, back for all day. hit upon Bridgetown in the county down one morning last July. Down the Bourne Green came a sweet Colleen, she smiled, she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, I had to shake myself to be sure I was really there. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, from Galway to Dublin town. There's no maid as seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county town. As she onward sped, well, I shook my head and looked with a feeling rare. And I said, says I, to a passer-by, who's the maid with the nut brown hair. He smiled at me and with pride says he, she's a gem in her Ireland's crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the Van, star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, from Galway to Dublin town. There's no maid as seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. I've travelled a bit, but I never was hit since my roving career began. But fair and square I surrendered there to the charming young Rosie McCann. With a heart to let and no tenancy yet, had them met in a shawl or a gown. But in she went, and I charged no rent to the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, from Galway to Dublin town. There's no maid as seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. At the harvest fair, she'll be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my shoes shone bright and my hat cocked right for a smile at the nut brown rose. No pipe, I'll smoke, no horse I'll yoke, and my plough with rust turns brown. And a smelling bride at my own fireside, the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, from Galway to Dublin town. There's no maid as seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, from Galway to Dublin town. There's no maid as seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down.
We are coming back to you live from the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. And yes, I did keep my mask up there for a moment so you could see that, yes, in fact, Shannon Burns was correct. I did coordinate my mask with my pocket square. So thank you very much for calling that out. Thank you to the Ian Gould for another great set. Thank you to the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company for fantastic entertainment this evening. We can't thank you enough for supporting our event. We're going to move into another school here in just a moment, but before we get too far along, I want to thank some amazing sponsors. Over the years, these folks have done so much to support our event and the 3 schools, so I would like to specifically call out the Cantor Family Foundation. Thank you so much for all that you've done for us. Thank you for Travelers Title and DMT Holding. Again, we can't thank you enough. And thank you to Scott Wisniewski and the Charles Schwab Company. Again, thank you so much. Your time and treasure, it's invaluable. With that, we're going to move into another one of the schools that we support, just to give you a little more information about them. Notre Dame School. Fantastic institution. They carry a 5-star Department of Education rating because they significantly exceed expectations year after year. A couple of interesting facts about this school. Amazing. 99% of their students graduate. 98% of their student body is Latino. 95% move into college prep high school, and 90% enroll in college. Those are amazing numbers. Thank you again for all your support tonight. And with that, we're going to move into a video from Notre Dame so that all of you at home can learn a little bit more about this great institution. Enjoy.
Notre Dame School of Milwaukee is a great school because they are loving, they give us support, and they're respectful with us.
It's different from other schools in a lot of ways.
Just the diverse community. We have many cultures and backgrounds here.
There's people to help you at any time.
We're all united and we push each other.
Did I think that I would apply to graduate school at the University of Notre Dame and then get accepted?
They believed in us. In order to believe in yourself, you kind of have to get that support from other people so that you, like, hey, they believe in me, so I'm going to believe in me. It's been incredible to watch Notre Dame grow.
As an employee, as a mother, as a graduate, I am so proud to be able to boast that our school is a 5-star school on the south side of Milwaukee, which not a lot of schools can say.
The community and our donors are seeing results. We are being effective.
It's a super good school.
Apparently Chris was on this microphone. All right. So, those of you who have been to our past Taste of Ireland events know that the essence of the event is really the fantastic food that we have. And we feature the absolute best Irish food in town, without a doubt. So that is the price of admission for the pubs that support us, is you have to have fantastic food, because we are going to highlight that at the Taste of Ireland. I mean, we also have the best in entertainment, you know, the best in Irish beverages and everything else that goes with it. But people come for the food, they come for the stew competition and all those fantastic other items that people bring. And I do want to take a minute to thank all the pubs over time that have helped make this event so successful. And over the years, we've generated so much money for these schools because of your support at home and because we've had such fantastic pubs. So I want to send a quick thank out to County Clare, to O'Donoghue's, to Mulligan's Irish Pub, to Moe's Irish Pub, to O'Sullivan's Public House, A.J. O'Brady's, Red Lion Pub on Tannery Row, the Irish Pub, which unfortunately no longer exists, but they were a great supporter, McGillicuddy's, Finn McCool's, and Slim McGinn's. All were fantastic supporters over the years. And we do have a silent auction prize out there that we've labeled the Taste of Ireland, which has many of these pubs that have donated gift certificates that you can bid on. So please bid high on that. You can create your own little Taste of Ireland at home and go visit these fantastic pubs and have some of their fantastic food. So with that, I want to get back to some entertainment. So let's bring out the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company again.
was going over the Cork and Kerry mountains. Well, I met with Captain Farrell, and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol, and then produced my rapier. I said, stand and deliver, for I am the bold deceiver. My shall read him and do him and die. Whack for my daddy, oh. Whack for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. I took all of his money, it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I brought it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore she never would deceive me, but the devil take the woman, for you know she tricked me easy. My charade and do and die. Whack for my daddy, oh. Whack for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. Some men like the hurling, and some men like the bowling, and some men like to hear when the cannonballs are rolling. But me, I like sleeping, especially in my Molly's chambers. But here I am in prison, here I am with a ball and chain. Yeah, my charade and do them and die. Whack for my daddy, oh. Whack for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. My charade and do them and die. Whack for my daddy, oh. Whack for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. Yeah, there's whiskey in the jar, oh. Yeah, there's whiskey in the jar, oh.
Now we'll have a few more words from Jimmy Callahan, the Guinness Ambassador.
Hey there, Jimmy Callahan, Guinness Brewery Ambassador, back with my top five lesser known favorite facts about Guinness. First one is the harp. This is what's called the Brian Boru harp. Now, Brian Boru was an ancient high king of Ireland, and he apparently rocked out in the harp. His harp is purported to be in Trinity College in Dublin, so you can go check it out. It's totally rad. Now, we started using Brian Boru's harp, which is the national symbol of Ireland, as part of our logo in 1862. Now, about a decade later, in 1876, trademarks became law in England, and Ireland being a part of England at that time, we took advantage of that opportunity and trademarked the Brian Boru harp as the Guinness symbol. So you'll notice that on any Guinness can, any Guinness bottle, we're going to have that Brian Boru harp on there. And the funny thing is that then later, when Ireland became a free state in 1922, Ireland had to do the mirror image, invert the harp in order to then trademark it as the national symbol of Ireland. So we've got the national symbol of Ireland. Craziness. Number 2. Now, if you have ever been to Ireland, you're going to have a lot of taxi drivers telling you that we get the Guinness is made from the water from the River Liffey. That's gross, and it's basically like a sewage treatment like pathway. So no, we don't get the water for the beer from the River Liffey that goes through Dublin. We get it from the Wicklow Mountains, like anybody in Dublin is going to get their drinking water from. So it's actually the public drinking water supply. And when Arthur signed his now famous 9,000-year lease, he actually was able to get into the lease that he had free access to the public water supply. So the crazy story here goes that in 1775, he had built up his brewery so much in that short amount of time from 1759 to 1775, he was using so much water that the local sheriff and the Dublin Commission came to try to shut off the water supply, saying that he was using too much, and he famously had some colorful words for them and chased them off the grounds of the brewery with a pickaxe. Hey, you gotta take care of your own, right? He eventually won a court battle to say that yes, he did have legal rights to that water. Eventually, we did settle with the city of Dublin so that we do pay for it. We're not freeloaders, but hey, at the time, he needed it. So, number 3, science. So, Guinness was one of the first, if not the first brewery to actually understand how science intersected with brewing and understand what bacteria does and what yeast does. And so we actually were one of the first breweries, if not the first, to employ scientists back in the 1800s to be our brewers. And not only that, but the father of modern day statistics came out of our brewery, the man who came up with that idea, and also the man who came up with nitrogenation. We invented nitrogenation, these tiny little nitrogen bubbles that you'll see in the head of a Guinness. A man by the name of Michael Ash. So 1959, we wanted to put this beer, Guinness Extra Stout, on draft and created this. So these are more or less the same beers, but this one has 100% CO2 carbonation. This one has nitrogen infused in it as well. And Michael Ash is the man responsible for that. So you can look him up online on our YouTube channel. Fascinating guy. He unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but we owe him. Anytime you get a nitro coffee or nitro beer, it's because of one guy, our brewer named Michael Ash, who did that. Number 4, fourth fact. Where do we sell the most Guinness in the world? A lot of people obviously are going to think of Guinness as just this beer, but the funny thing is that this is not our most popular beer worldwide. In fact, so we put this is the beer Extra Stout is what made Guinness in Ireland, and then our foreign Extra Stout, which is more heavily hopped and higher alcohol content, sent around the world. This beer is what made us the biggest brewery in the world. And speaking of the world, Nigeria actually is the second biggest market for us in the world. Africa comprises, 80% of all beer sold in the entire continent of Africa is a Guinness beer. They're not drinking this though, they're drinking variants of Guinness Extra Stout or Foreign Extra Stout. So we all think of Guinness, we lovingly think of Guinness as that pint at the pub, but in actuality, around the world, people drink different Guinness, and we have different breweries around the world brewing different beer for those people, which is pretty cool. Number 5, we've been around since 1759. By 1886, we were sending beer to New Zealand on our own fleet of ships. Coming from Ireland, which is a country about the size of Indiana, we were sailing ships with our beer from this brewery in Dublin all the way to the opposite end of the world into New Zealand by 1886. I think that's fascinating. So, and that would have been this beer, Foreign Extra Stout, because that could survive the journey around the world at 7.5%, upwards of 7.5%. So if you've never had this beer before, I highly suggest you seek it out. everyone thinks that all Guinness are the same. They're very different in how you drink them, so, and how they come across in your palate. So you've got your beautiful milk chocolate, coffee, toffee notes, bitterness in the back of your tongue, sweetness in the side of your tongue, and it always comes, you want to come back for another sip. So thank you again for being here tonight. Appreciate you guys. I hope you found some of this stuff enjoyable and interesting. I always love talking about it. Hey, it's my job. It's pretty cool. Anyway, here's to you and yours, and we'll see you again. Sláinte.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying all the great things and all the great content from this evening. Thanks again to the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company and Ian Gould for supporting our event. It's been so much fun here at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. Hopefully you guys are all having fun from home. We're going to introduce a video here from Beglin Academy in just a moment, but before I do that, just want to reiterate we could use all the support from all those folks at home, so please take a look at those silent auction items. Think hard about that, and thank you very much. And also, before we move on, I want to say a few more thank yous. Again, as I shared earlier, we've got some amazing sponsors over the years. I'd like to share the names of a few more. Tom and Bonnie Callahan, Celtic MKE, and Irish Fest. You know, obviously Irish Fest was out this year. We all missed that great event, but they tried to work as hard as they could to put on a great event, just like we're doing here this evening. I'd like to thank Sikich LLP, the Weber family. Thank you very much. O'Donoghue's Pub and Jamie O'Donoghue, thank you so much. We know the hospitality industry is just kind of hurting in general, and he stepped up and really supported our event this evening. So thanks again, Jamie O'Donoghue. Oarsman Capital, Bill and Donna Lawler. Here's one for you. They supported all the way from North Carolina. Can't thank you enough, Bill and Donna. Thank you very much. Tim and Robert Flatley, Kevin Shanley, and Deborah Darr. Thank you very much. With that, I apologize. I just corrected by a good friend here. Thank you, Tom and Bonnie Callan. I apologize, Tom. I know you very well. You're probably watching this at home, and you're like, Chris, you screwed it up. So thank you very much, Tom. Greatly appreciate the support. With that, we're going to move into a video from Beglin Academy. There's so many great dance schools here in the Milwaukee area, and all the kids have a lot of choices. This one pulls on my heartstrings a little bit because my lovely daughter Madeline dances for Beglin. And so I reached out to Sean Beglin and said, hey, can you send us a video? Can you help us out in some way? With the current pandemic, it didn't really work out to have a lot of kids in here this evening, but he was kind enough to share a video with us. So we're going to move into a video of what we affectionately call the Beglin Boys. We've had some wonderful ladies dancing for us this evening. And with that, we're going to move into a video from the Beglin Boys. Thank you to Beglin Academy. Welcome back again live. Hopefully you enjoyed that great video from the Beglin boys at Beglin Academy.
Welcome to a virtual tour of Mesmer St. Rose. We invite you to take a look around.
I just want to share a quick note in regards to our silent auction. When you're on there, you can also make just a live donation if you'd like to, and that auction will be open till midnight. So thanks everybody for bidding on things. Please bid high, bid often. We could really use the support for the 3 great schools. And with that, we're going to move into a little information about Mesmer St. Rose, the 3rd of the 3 great schools that we support. St. Rose has been around since 1926, supporting the families of Wisconsin. They're dedicated to educating students in the foundation subjects of literacy, math, and science. Again, just another great school in the Milwaukee community. Please enjoy the video.
Welcome to a virtual tour of Mesmer St. Rose. We invite you to take a look around and see what makes Mesmer St. Rose an outstanding choice for preparing today's children for the rigors of high school in a safe, fun, spiritually centered environment.
When you walk into St. Rose, you will immediately feel that we are a caring elementary school. We are a safe environment where students feel comfortable making mistakes and learning from them and being productive. Mesmer St. Rose is a very diverse school with many different cultures as a part of our student population. We have over a dozen different native languages spoken among our students. We have 4 core values that we infuse into everything we do at St. Rose. Those core values are safety, faith, relationships, and responsibility.
I am a product of Mesmer High School, a 2005 graduate. The kindness and the generosity shown by the teachers that I had as a student, I want to try to give back as much as I can as well. And that may be through my words, that may be through my deeds, that may be through just me listening to somebody, because that's what they did when I was a student.
At Mesmer St. Rose, as a part of our caring community, we have small class sizes and teachers that really deeply care about their students. We are fortunate to be able to offer lots of enrichment activities. After school at St. Rose, we have lots of activities that students can participate in, ranging from sports to art club or band. We have a drama club. We have a first Lego League where students can build a robot. We have many different partnerships at Mesmer St. Rose where we reach out into the community and bring in different organizations to help our students. As a K-4 through 8th grade community, we have some wonderful opportunities to connect our older students to our younger students, but we also take very seriously our responsibility to prepare our 6th through 8th grade students for high school.
Mesmer has affected me and influenced me in many ways. Academically, for sure, the rigor was very, very beneficial. Mesmer has also encouraged me to give back. In one way that I truly feel that I've given back is coming back to Mesmer.
It's very important that the people have the academic foundation, but it's also important that you have an emotional foundation, and setting goals and having standards and boundaries and things like that help you to be able to do that. And a lot of times, many people don't have that structure, but they know that they're supposed to come to school every day and learn, and they're dealing with these raging issues on the other end that nobody's addressing. So that's why it's important to me, because it's not just about giving them facts and putting them out the door. It's about creating relationships with them and helping them learn how to create relationships moving forward. We're very big on growth mindset and trying to help students get from a negative way of thinking into a positive way of thinking, and also taking some responsibility along the way in terms of your role in situations and your role is in your relationships with others.
There's a family atmosphere that's created, but we always focus on the well-being of the child holistically, how they're feeling. We're welcoming, we're looking to be as family-oriented as possible, and we want your student to succeed. And when you come to Mesmer, you get that feel once you walk through that door.
Give us a call today to speak to one of our enrollment specialists, or submit an application online at mesmerschools.org.
I'm working working on my Irish dance moves. I'm trying to join the Milwaukee Irish dance moves.
I was working
We're
with
gonna
them to get the ladies
yes,
out here.
I was working on some moves in the back, and I think I've got what it takes to join the Milwaukee
We'll get
Irish
Miss
Dance
Kay out here, and
Academy.
you'll have to do an audition. We'll get an audition out here.
All right. I've got what it takes.
We'll mark that down.
All right.
Shannon Burns has what it takes to become an Irish dancer.
Before we move on, I think we have a couple more sponsors we want to.
We should. Thank you very much,
So
Shannon.
we have Callan Construction. Phil Callan also made a fantastic donation to really help us here tonight. And then we have those crazy chickens at Chickens for Charity that have
Crazy
helped
Chickens.
us out for so many years.
Crazy chickens.
Crazy Chickens always are there for us. So we thank you, chickens. You know who you are.
With that, we want to just kind of remind all the folks at home who we are as an organization. Again, I'll reiterate, we are the Reverend William J. Kelly, SJ Division of the Ancient Order of Hibernians. And we've got a brief video clip just for all of you to view at home, just kind of better understanding of who we are as an organization. We hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back shortly with another bit of music and entertainment. Thank you.
Corgis. Eintocht. Agus Christulacht. It is hereby declared and decreed that the purpose of this organization, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, is to promote friendship, unity, and true Christian charity, to foster and sustain loyalty to our country and community, to aid and advance by all legitimate means the aspirations and endeavors of the Irish people for complete independence, promoting peace with justice and equity for Ireland, to foster the ideals and perpetuate the history and traditions of the Irish people, to promote Irish culture and language, to encourage civic participation by our members, to encourage and promote an equitable United States immigration policy for Ireland, and to cooperate with other groups for a fair and just immigration policy in the United States, to accept and support without prejudice the concept of a free expression of religious practice for all of the people of the world. In America, we're all immigrants, either personally or by a predecessor. We, the Irish of this country, got here by many different paths, but we know that the contributions of the Irish to every Western country, and indeed the world, is vast, and the roll call of the Irish writers, actors, musicians, heads of industry, politicians and statesmen are names of legend. We of the AOH are proud to acclaim the modern Irish champions while recognizing the long, hard path trod by those who went before them. We of the AOH have long been a part of that story. The Ancient Order of Hibernians in America is an Irish Catholic brotherhood founded in the decade between 1835 and 1845 and molded like our warrior sodalities of old.
And we're back again, coming to you live from the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. Before we move into the next phase of the event, and we are coming to a close here reasonably soon, we're going to have some more great Piper music along with dancing and Ian Gould. But before we get there, I want to say a couple of special thank yous. Over the last few months, we've had a lot of phenomenal members of the Hibernian Division working hard to bring this thing to life for you. Huge thank you to Michael Schlecht and Eric Hagen. All of you at home, you don't see them, but they have been in the background building this virtual platform for everybody. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you to Corey Webster and the entire team here at the Irish Culture and Heritage Center for inviting us in and supporting all the things we're doing. Thank you to Ed Shanley on our foundation for working so hard to help raise funds for our event. Thank you to our committee members, Shannon Burns and Max Loker. We've all worked very hard to bring this together for you. We hope you've enjoyed it. And to kind of help close out the evening, we are going to get a toast here from Second Vice President Max Loker.
Got it. I've got an easy toast for you guys to follow. Boy, you are tall. Wow. I've got an easy toast. You guys can steal this one, repeat it as much as you'd like. If you're lucky enough to be Irish, you're lucky enough.
Amen to that.
Sláinte.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody at home. All right, and welcome back. So, by way of County Clare via Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, Shannon Burns here again to close things out. I also have my sidekick here, Matt Loker. And we want to so thank you for all of the support that you've given us and helping to make this event so fantastic. You know, we're going to help the schools in a way that's going to profoundly help them in this really big time of need. And, you know, we've donated on average about $30,000 a year to the schools. And we should be able to at least meet or exceed that expectation based on where the numbers are lining up for this event. So thank you so much. It is a huge help to these schools to continue on with their mission. And that mission fits so squarely today as you think about the pandemic and everything that's impacting them and what they have to do and all the incremental costs that they have. And then you throw in social justice and all these things these schools are doing to help kids have a chance in society to succeed. And, you know, as Irishmen, we couldn't be more proud to support the Hispanic and African American communities in what were traditionally Irish schools. They're now serving other areas of the community. That is awesome from our perspective, and we couldn't be more honored to help them carry forward that tradition. And we think that we can really make some big change with your help. So please get on those silent auctions. You know, there's a donate button there as well. You can just donate a little bit of money. Every little bit's gonna help. We're gonna exceed last year, but we wanna blow away last year. So this is my last pitch. Please, please, donate what you can.
And everything will be matched up to $10,000.
That's right.
Which is
we have an
unbelievable.
amazing donor that is matching all those additional gifts that come in up to $10,000. So if you give an extra $10, that $10 becomes $20. That is fantastic.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So it is amazing that we're going to be able to generate on an online event more than what we were able to do last year.
At a
And
time
that's
when everybody needs it
all
most.
thanks to everybody at home. So thank you. What we're going to do now is we're going to kind of play this out, but we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to bring on some Irish dancing again, have some fun with that. I might join them, I might not, we'll see. And then we're going to have Ian play a few songs as well. This is the last time you'll have to listen to our voices, so I just want to profoundly say thank you for everything that you've done, not just this year, but over the years to help make our organization a success and help us fulfill the mission that we have. And, you know, we couldn't be more proud to represent you, but we want to see you live next year, so we are hoping that this will be back at Turner Hall and back with the best restaurants in town, and it'll be this big, freaking amazing event again. But if we're back here again, so be it, and we'll make this fantastic too. So thank you at home. Let's bring out the Irish dancers.
Let's do it.
I'd like to say thank you to all involved tonight. Thank you so much for a wonderful event. All of the crew, all of the people here at the ICHC, and of course, everyone at the Ancient Order of Hibernians, the Milwaukee chapter. Mike O'Connell, of course. Wonderful Pipes and the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company. No Irish event would be complete without this next little song. We're going to leave you with this one tonight. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the leaves are falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But if you come when all the leaves are falling, go wander down beside the silver stream and find the place where we would sit together, and you'll recall how much you mean to me. For you will hear my whispers in the branches and hear my voice upon the babbling stream. A melody to tell you that you love me, and I will rest in peace until you come to me. And I will rest in peace until you come to me.